Since the Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari news came to light, word around the paddock was that Charles Leclerc gave Hamilton the green light to join his beloved team, but a new report from the Italian press says otherwise. As it turns out, Leclerc might not have been as enthused about the idea as we thought. Lewis Hamilton is stepping into the shoes of Carlos Sainz, the only non-Red Bull Grand Prix victor of 2023. Hamilton and Leclerc are teaming up to create what could be the most electrifying partnership on the grid. But rumor has it that Leclerc isn't exactly doing cartwheels over this deal. In fact, he's reportedly not thrilled at all about it. According to the latest scoop from Corriere dello Sport, Leclerc and his management were quote-unquote shocked and disappointed about Ferrari's decision to poach the aging Mercedes legend, the reason being the mystery surrounding Hamilton's deal. Leclerc's team didn't know what to make of the Monegasque's future. It is also said that they kept quiet about the matter so they won't reveal a weakness. Could this tension between the drivers lead to some on-track drama? On paper, Ferrari's future duo is like a match made in racing heaven. The team from Maranello has Charles Leclerc, the golden boy of Ferrari's academy, fresh off signing a brand new contract with a prancing horse. He's the poster child for the quest for glory and fresh title triumphs. And on the other side of the garage is none other than the 7-time world champion and F1 legend himself, Lewis Hamilton. Hungry for that record-breaking 8th title, he is gunning for glory with Ferrari in 2025. With opposing goals for the future Ferrari tandem, we're bound to witness intense battles between the two, teammates or not. That being said, was Lewis Hamilton plotting against Mercedes all this time? The writing is on the wall, or in this case, at the Ferrari factory a few years back. An interaction between the 7-time world champion and Piero Ferrari himself has left everyone wondering, how long has Lewis known? Ferrari finally snagged their dream driver, the one and only Lewis Hamilton, but it has come to light that this deal could have been sealed ages ago if Ferrari hadn't locked in Sebastian Vettel. Back in 2015, Ferrari made a pit stop to pick up Vettel, hoping he'd rev them to victory. But unfortunately, despite his pedal-to-the-metal efforts, he couldn't outpace the Mercedes Mavericks. Ferrari decided to give Vettel another chance by re-signing the German in the middle of 2017. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton, the man with the silver touch, made it crystal clear he was more than willing to swap his silver arrows for scarlet speedsters. In fact, he practically painted the town red with a statement to Sky Italy during the Belgian GP, leaving the Tifosi scratching their heads and wondering what on earth they'd have to do to get Hamilton behind their wheel. When talking about racing for Ferrari, he said, "It's definitely a dream for every driver, including me. Whether or not I will ever be there, I guess definitely not in the next 4 years, or whatever it is. 3 years. After winning not just 1, not 2, but a whopping 4 world titles with Mercedes, Lewis was the king of the track, and Mercedes couldn't get enough of him, extending his contract again and again, even after Vettel waved goodbye to Ferrari. But despite locking in a 2-year deal with Mercedes last season, Hamilton dropped the bombshell that he's finally trading in his silver for Ferrari's fiery red. Next season, Hamilton will be tearing up the track in a Ferrari, leaving Mercedes fans lost without their star racer. Now, Ferrari's vice chairman Piero Ferrari let loose a key piece of information to Italian journalist Leo Torini about Hamilton's visit to the factory to pick up a new LaFerrari. He revealed that the 7-time world champion said something that left him shocked. It looks like Hamilton's visit wasn't just about picking up a shiny new toy. This was what he said. "We had Vettel in the team, and we were happy with Seb. We had just renewed the contract with a German, which was going well." Lewis made a joke. "If you waited 12 months, I'd come. It seems like Mercedes is losing its grip on the handle lately." Toto Wolff says that in addition to Lewis, they're about to have a discussion about the possibility of Lewis Hamilton's race engineer, Peter Bonington, jumping ship to Ferrari. Bonington has been Hamilton's right-hand man, whispering sweet nothings into his ear during those nail-biting races. And now, he might be packing his toolbox and heading over to the prancing horse stable as well. When top drivers switch teams, they have the option to take some of the crew along for the ride, and it seems that Bono is loyal to the driver, not the team. The two share a very special relationship, and while Bono hasn't said that he is willing to uproot his entire life and move to Italy, Toto wouldn't be surprised if the possibility came up soon. He said, "I think this is a discussion which everyone needs to have in the months to come. And as much as I've spoken with Bono already, when I told him about Hamilton's move, he said, 'Is it April the 1st? That's something we will discuss in the future.' Bono is facing a real tight schedule here. He's with Mercedes until the very last race in Abu Dhabi on December 8th, and should the transfer fall through, he's expected to hit the ground running with Ferrari right at the start of 2025. But if anyone can handle the pressure, it's probably Bono. Hamilton might feel a bit like a lone ranger at Ferrari, with only team principal Fred Vasseur as a familiar face, but there's a glimmer of familiarity on the horizon. Loic Serra, the former performance director at Mercedes, is joining the Ferrari squad. It's a tough spot for Mercedes right now, with Andrea Kimi Antonelli not quite ready for F1 and Lewis Hamilton dropping the bombshell about his move to Ferrari just 36 hours before the official announcement. The team is left reeling. Toto Wolff and the crew are in a bit of a scramble, trying to figure out their next steps. Finding a replacement for Hamilton won't be a walk in the park, especially given the tight timeline. The big question on everyone's mind is, who will fill Hamilton's shoes? It's a decision that will shape the future of the team. But for now, Mercedes is taking it one lap at a time, trying to navigate this unexpected curve in the road. From reserve driver Mick Schumacher to former Mercedes protege Esteban Ocon, it seems like every driver's name is being thrown into the mix. But the real contenders? That honor seems to fall on the shoulders of Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso. The problem is, Mercedes might be eyeing a one-year contract for 2025, considering they've already got their sights set on their protege, Antonelli, as George Russell's future wingman. F1 reporter Lawrence Barretto seems to be on the same page as many of us. Even though Fernando Alonso might be defying age like a fine wine at 42, most drivers, him included, would likely prefer the security of a 2-year contract. It's understandable, really. In the fast-paced world of Formula 1, stability is like gold dust. A 2-year deal offers a sense of security and allows drivers to settle in and really make their mark on the team. Barretto said, "That's why, from the early conversations that are happening and what I'm hearing, I think they are prepared to offer a 2-year deal to entice the client, to widen the pool of who they can entice over. I actually think Fernando will still want more than one, because Fernando is going to drive to at least 50, right? So he doesn't want to give up this Aston Martin project for a 1-year dance at Mercedes. Give him a 2-year. Give him something to really chew on for a couple of years. Give him an opportunity to rile some people up. Do his Fernando thing." So I think Fernando is a great shout. But then I do think that if they're looking at properly rebuilding this team, consistently developing the car, they want a driver who could deliver good feedback. And Sainz and Albon, talk to anyone they've worked with. Talk to Red Bull for both those drivers. To Ferrari, especially for Sainz, in terms of feedback and car development, and they will tell you that they are very good on that. And I'm not saying that George Russell isn't strong in that area, but I think that would be a real strong point for that team going forward. Just as Fernando would be, of course, so it depends if they want fireworks or not. What do you think? Which driver would make Lewis Hamilton regret his decision to leave Mercedes? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for the hottest F1 news.